Welcome my viewers, my name is reporter Reuben Gakuya, and today I am privileged to have the incoming MCA, GETA WARD, and I'll give him a chance to introduce himself. Welcome MCA.
Thank you, sir. My name is CHEGE GATHIRIMU, a husband of one wife, a father of many children, a member of a family of 12. I'm the sixth born in a family of 12, and I'm born and brought up in GETA, and I went to school in Gathuri primary school. I also went to Githiga High School for my secondary education. I've also studied in Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, where I studied governance, and I am the candidate for UDA, aspiring for MCA seat in GETA WARD in Nyandarua County. I am the leader who will bring in a different and a good formula of leadership in GETA that will make GETA unique and a model of a ward in Nyandarua, and more than that in Kenya, because I have a formula that will make sure we achieve most from our resources and we get value for money. Thank you.
MCA, thank you for introducing yourself. There have been a name you are using in your campaigns, yes, and that name is Itwa Riamuigi. I would like to know where that name, the source of that name, and the meaning, and why you are using that name. And also the people of GETA would like to know why you are using the name Itwa Riamuigi.
Thank you very much. Itwa Riamuigi is not just a slogan. It is the formula we wish to use from now going forward in determining the priority projects of our ward, in our ward, and in determining what we want as a community in GETA WARD. Itwa Riamuigi is Kikuyu words, 3 words meaning people's decision. In this, I wanted to interpret what I meant and what I've been looking for over the years that will help us achieve best in our development. And that is effective public participation. That is the meaning.
Yeah.
Effective public participation means that people themselves will be involved in determining the priority projects they want to undertake with the resources provided by the county government that come down from national government, so that we can realize greatest effect of them.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. So you mean that in every decision that you will be making in GETA, you will be involving public participation?
Precisely.
Yeah.
And this is not a favor to the people of GETA or to the citizens. It is their right. This is what informed devolution.
Yeah.
Because the decisions before then were made from the central government. Somebody sits in Nairobi, determines what we want here, and he doesn't know what we experience, what we are going through, and what our specific needs.
Yeah.
This is what was supposed to happen since 2013, and it has not happened. I'm bringing it into fruition. I'm bringing it into action. I'm making it work, that people will determine what they want and go for it. I would only champion for what they want.
Yeah, thank you, incoming MCA.
Thank you.
As resident of GETA, I also like to be I like that I will be happy when involved in public participation. Also, there have been propaganda that have been circulating in GETA that that there is a G20 that is founding you. And as our incoming MCA, I would like you to clear there about G20.
One, when people are short of ideas, they resort to propaganda. Propaganda is nothing more than political lies. What they want to mean is that there are a group of people sponsoring me, lending me a lot of money so that they can take me hostage, and I'll be making their decisions. Now that is what I told you, political lies.
Yes, Mheshimiwa. And I know in everybody who is aspiring a seat and is vying for a seat might have got friends who are assisting him in funding. Maybe you know, maybe people are not understanding that maybe they are friends who are assisting you in your campaign.
Exactly. Now every candidate has got to have a team of people helping him. One, to raise funds, because campaign is expensive. There is a lot of traveling, a lot of publicity, a lot of volunteers, many volunteers that need to be facilitated, and that way you have to have your committee. But people need not be intimidated with this or made to fear, because it's just a committee like any other. I don't have anybody who has taken me hostage. I am myself, and that is why I'm saying people will make the decisions. Not a clique of people, but the whole ward. I will organize, I'll make it work with the holding public meetings, so that what people decide to have, that is what they will have. So G20 is just a name they are using to cause panic or to cause fear among people. And it is simply because they don't have an agenda to sell. And that one will not deter our campaign. And it has since been overtaken by events.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa, for making that clear.
Thank you.
Now I would like you to inform the people of GETA, if they elect you as the incoming MP, and I am confident that they will do that. MCA. What will you do in the first 100 days of office? One,
when people elect me on 9th, which I'm very hopeful, because they indicated first by nominating me in a tough nomination exercise that was there on 14th of April this year. When they do that, in the 100 days, I will be able to have held 10 public meetings in 10 different locations in our ward. This is because we have 10 sub-locations. In all our sub-locations, we will hold meetings, and they will be public. People will be available to talk, and they will be free to decide their priority needs. And in 100 days, I will have captured what I've gone to pursue in the county assembly. And this is what will determine the budgetary allocation, and it will determine any other funding from wherever it will come from. These are the projects that will be funded. That is what I can promise in 100 days, and more than that, we shall be able to undertake those projects.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. And concerning the students that are the so-known comrades, the students who are in universities, colleges, and those who have already graduated and they got no jobs, I got this idea that you are planning to have a link called GETA. I would like you to give us more light about the GETA.
GETA is acronym meaning GETA Professionals Opportunities Link. I've realized that the placement of our graduates and our professionals in this region is very low. We have very few people connected to potential employers. A GETA is supposed to link up the professionals with their potential employers and their colleagues in the same field of profession. For example, Kevin here, my friend, is a graduate and has specialized in entrepreneurship. My friend Simon is a graduate. He is an accountant. But if you ask them how many people of their cohort are in this ward, they will not be able to tell. But when I collect all those information and put them in a link, they will be able to relate with one another. And if Kevin is placed in a job place and he is required to have another person of his kind, he will quickly link up and have person from GETA linked to that job. This will bring up all graduates, all those who are in colleges. They will be able to tell what they are doing, what stage they are in. This is an operation that will be in my office continuously. The data will be updated continuously. And by the end of 5 years, we will be the ward that has placed most people in the job market. Because job market is competitive. Only when you are organized, you can manage to have the chances, the few chances that are there.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
Allow me to interrupt a little bit. Muhesh has talked about GPOL. It's pound paper on it. Because what I foresee, I foresee a situation where GPOL will have a high traffic due to large number of students who are graduating. So it's also very important for you to tell us how vibrant are you to ensure that those who are updating their information in the link that you're talking about will be attached maybe to their potential employers quick.
Thank you. Now, as I have told you, when you elect me, I will be provided I will be provided with a PA, personal assistant. And as at the moment, our PA basks in the sun because he is quite idle. You are the one to assign him duty to assist you. Now, there is no such as heavy traffic because we will have a system that will work for all of us. And this will be part of his daily duties, updating any information available to him or her that will make this information be fed in the data. And that link will be accessible to as many as possible. We know we have professionals from GETA that are in big organizations. We will link them up. It will be available. It is my duty to go look for them, and I will go find them, hold meetings with them, let them be in that particular link so that it can be a source of their manpower. As long as they are looking for somebody, they will be able to find them. And not only professionals, you better get me right here, because we have people who have done technical courses. We have a plumber, we have a carpenter, we have a mason, and you want quickly build a house, you want to know who those who have done those courses, they will be available. This way, we will be very organized society.
And thank you, Mheshimiwa. And I know it might be quite challenging because the so-cohorts, they are found in various parts of the country. Others are even out of the country. I don't know what the plan you will use to get the cohorts. You might inform us of the plan you will use to get the cohorts.
Yes, I'll use the normal easy ways. Like for you, I believe you have a WhatsApp group. You are in Masai Mara University. And you will be able to know all those students who come from here that are in Masai Mara. And when you break for holidays and big holidays, you connect with the other students from here. We are local people.
So you will make use of social media?
Yes, I'll make use of social media. I'll make use of personal contacts. Every person wishing to call me as his leader or her leader, I will be able to dig up information. What are you doing? Where are you? Have you been in my office? Please, I want your data fed in my link, in the link we have, so that we can help one another network. Yeah, so I'll be able to use every means.
Yeah, thank you, Mheshimiwa. I would like to see the GPOL work.
Yes, it will work.
Yeah. Now,
Thank you.
I would like you in 5 minutes to give us a bit of your manifesto in 5 minutes.
Thank you. One, my manifesto is anchored on...
Just brief of your manifesto.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'll summarize. I will say that my manifesto is anchored on empowerment. Empowerment of our community across the board. Empowerment of our students, empowerment of our professionals, empowerment of our farmers, empowerment of everybody in this world. Resources are scarce, and resources are enablers. Mobilizing them is a key thing that I will do, so that our students will be able to get enough bursary to sustain them in the school, either in secondary schools or in colleges. I'll also be able to find out the problems they are going through. For example, the college education has become expensive.
And talking of the bursary, will you increase the bursary or will you increase the bursary?
Oh yes, because depending on the empowerment that of our farmers and the parents.
Because I understand that the current disbursement is to secondary school guys is about 2,000, 3,000, and to those who are in tertiary it's about 5,000. So I don't know whether you will increase the amount or what will you tell the people of GETA?
There are two ways about this, but as I told you, the people themselves will make the decision. Because when farmers or the community is more empowered, their problems decrease, and the bursary line becomes shorter. And so that way they can decide, we may need of more water management than of the bursary. But if the problems are severe, we can increase as they so decide. I will be moving with the people. As I told you, it were there.
And again, I may wish to pose a question to you.
Yes.
You have talked about empowerment, and empowerment is key.
Yes.
You have talked about empowerment of the professionals. You have talked about empowerment of the farmers. You have talked about empowerment of the student through bursaries, and so on and so forth. But there is this group which you are not talking about. The group which can't be empowered by education, the group which can't be empowered through jobs, the group which can't be empowered through maybe farming and such, and that is the youths. We have the youths who maybe due to different circumstances, they dropped out of schools. And for your knowledge, they are the majority. So what do you have in store for them?
Yes.
Since we are talking about empowerment, how are you going to empower?
Yeah, I mean seriously, empowering the whole community across the board. Youth included, they are part of our society. They have a lot of energy, only it needs to be directed. One, I will engage the youth to determine what projects can help them. Then we fund them. I will encourage them to form groups, because that's the only way you can get the government resources. Once they get into groups, then they will be able to decide what kind of project they want funded by this money, because it is their money. For example, we have a lot of rocks here preventing people to farm. If we have a crusher to make blast, it's called what? Ballast for building as building material. I mean, that is something we can engage them in, if that is their priority.
But again, maybe as you continue to think about my question, I want you to tell us how different are you going to be from the current leadership, since the current leadership has been giving, the way they have been empowering youth is through giving them maybe equipment which don't have economic value to them. And maybe I would wish to give an example. Around here, the current leadership gave a power saw to a group of 40 people. And according to me, that power saw is not deriving any economic importance. Go to Kenjogu. He gave a portion. It doesn't have any economic value to those people. In my village, he gave us an incubator for hatching chicks. But according to me, it doesn't have any economic value. So it's very, very, very important for you to tell us, how are you going to be different? How different are you going to be from the current leadership, which has been giving us equipment which doesn't have any value to us? So it's very, very important for you to clear the air on that.
Yeah, I understand you. And this makes us, all of us, angry because that's money wasted. Because you thought for them. How I'll be different is because I'll not think for them. They'll think for themselves and tell me what they want. Because if they tell you what they want, they will own up the project. It will be their project. But if I think for them, it will be my MCA's project. That will not work. So, having a hatchery when you have not seen even a hen that is supposed to lay eggs, surely it beats any logic and it beats any thinking capacity. Because you are supposed to, first of all, to see a hen, then you think it has laid eggs, and then you think of hatchery if it cannot hatch them.
Yeah.
So what I want to say, I'll be different because my agenda, my political agenda is empowerment, not tokenism. I'll be after people's prosperity, not people's votes. Because what tokenism says is that if I give you a token, you give me a vote. But empowerment means whether you give me votes or you don't, I have done my duty as a leader. I have facilitated empowerment.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's good that when you are starting a project, you first of all start by studying the society and knowing what's good for them and what will work for them.
Yes.
So, going a bit back, you on the point of empowerment. There was this point in your manifesto, and that was the main of that was the main agenda and was the main plan for these guys who have not gone through secondary education or the guys who have dropped in secondary school. You talked about starting a polytechnic, and I think that is the best way. You may talk a bit about, in 1 minute, about that polytechnic.
Yes, a polytechnic is very important, urgent. It should be here yesterday, not today.
Yeah.
Because we are having all of us wish our children went to university, but it doesn't happen. Some will drop along the way because they did not attain the grades needed to go to university. But that doesn't mean they are fools or they are not, intelligent. I'm sure they have talents. They are talented in other ways. That is what informs founding a polytechnic. And constitutionally, it is there and it is delegated to the county government. It's upon them. It's an obligation. It is their duty to build a polytechnic.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. I would also like to see that polytechnic.
It will happen.
It will be good.
Yes.
And it will make our data grow.
Yes.
Maybe a compliment on that. I think what most of us youth need is a creation of hope. And I believe one role of a leader is giving hope.
Yes.
And what you are looking for is a leader who is going to give us hope. And I believe Polytechnic if it can be actualized, it's one avenue that is going to give hope
Yes,
to
precisely.
most of the youth.
True.
Because considering the performance of most of our high schools around this place, it has been quite disappointing. I'm sorry to say so. And you find that maybe 60 to 70% of those students, they don't get those opportunities maybe to join universities and colleges.
Yes.
So most of them are left behind. And the only way maybe to give hope to those students is through creation of polytechnic. Because you're going to empower those students through technical courses.
Yes.
And I believe according to Kenya Bill of Statistics, it shows that technical jobs, they contribute to around 60 to 70% of GDP. And so that means that that is a sector which has been overlooked by maybe the current leadership. And so it can be maybe my plea that if you get an opportunity to serve the great people of GETA,
Yes.
kindly make it a priority for us to have a polytechnic in this place.
It is.
Yeah.
It is, and it will. And just to chip in a little bit, is that we are moving from white collar job to blue collar jobs.
Right.
And this means that when you empower that person with a course, you only need to boost him with a little capital, and he is on his own. Instead of looking for a job to be employed, instead he becomes an employer, and it will happen.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Just to go back a bit, in GETA, statistics shows that in our secondary schools, and let me base on our secondary schools, 98%, only 2% go to universities and universities. I don't know what will you do in just a minute to improve our education so that it might go even to that 40% of our students, of our high school students or secondary school students are attaining a C+ and above to go to university. Yeah.
Well, this is
Maybe to encourage the students or to make them, to inspire them.
yes. I'll be going to schools to motivate them, and as well as their teachers.
Yeah.
They need motivation. We need to see that when the university students are on long holiday, we need to see and collaborate with the secondary schools we have. If they need assistance for more people to caution their students to help them in, bridging up what the teacher could not have done, we'll be there for them. In the long holidays, we'll be there for them. My office will come in handy, and we will have provision for the allowances that will enable these university students and college students to help chip in and as volunteers to help tuition our students. I am sure, definitely sure, that when I get in the office, this is a sector that must come up. I will partner with all other professionals outside GETA to chip in as far as motivation is concerned. And I will work with the school administration to see to it that we bring up the standard.
Yeah.
We are able. Yeah.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. I know the first point of your manifesto, you said empowerment.
Yes.
And I would like in just 3 minutes to list the others, a bit of your manifesto.
Okay.
So, number 1, you said empowerment.
Empowerment was general.
Yeah, I would like you to list the others.
There are
Just-
points of empowerment. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will, in the period of 5 years, we will have managed our water, and we will not be talking about our water anymore. We will have enough water to farm with, to irrigate our crops in case of drought.
Yeah.
That is one.
Just to ask, how will you make sure that there will be water? Where will be the source? What is the source of the
The
water?
source of our water One, we have some our intake.
Yeah.
We'll make the best use of our intake. We
Yeah.
will improve it
Yeah.
from where our parents left it.
Yeah.
Secondly, there are areas that this water will not be enough.
Yeah.
We have grown in population, and we need more water. We will dig boreholes, and it is possible. Wajohi has 4 boreholes. Kipipiri has 4 boreholes. We have none. Because somebody somewhere doesn't see the need. We will have boreholes so that no farmer will stop farming because simply there is drought. The crops need water, whether it is from rain or irrigation. We will do that. Secondly, we'll have the best market for our livestock. I will make it a realistic project. I will make it happen. Our animals market that I had an idea since 2013, so that we can encourage money from other counties or other wards.
Will you build a market?
Yes, we will have a animals market that will attract, and we'll have a market day for them, and then we will advertise this in our national radios so that we attract market from outside. That is when we will have our economic growth as a ward. And then the other major, we have tourism around here. People come to climb mountains here.
Yeah, I know, but there it's just here.
Yeah.
It's within
It's a
our
source.
data. Yeah.
Yes. We will empower our youth so that they will be better people to tour guides, and then we will also build a few facilities at the gates. Well, like we have no toilets for them, we have no washrooms. We will build them and charge them. They have money, and then build a car parking for them. And this is part of empowering our youth. They will, in those parkings, they will also have car wash so that they can wash the car, park the car safely. And the person, as the tourist, as he goes to the mountain, he will be safe, he will feel safe, and he will also contribute to our economy.
And you also need guides.
Yes, they will need those guides.
Yeah.
We will provide them. And we will also make sure that 30% of all tenders given in the county goes to those who are supposed to have them. That is women, youth, and people living with disability. All of them from GETA Ward, not from outside. We'll make sure as many tenders goes to the people who belong to GETA Ward, so that the money can circulate around, and we can have we can benefit as we work for our county.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
Thank you.
I'd like to know that I'd like to know whether you have a legacy that you have planned or that you have pledged to live when you will be living in GETA as the MCA. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Maybe before he answers that, I would love him to make it clearer. And because I believe he has talked about tenders.
Yes.
And according to me, tender, as far as tender is concerned in our ward, that is a thorn in the flesh by itself. And I would love you to tell us how are you going to handle that issue, because I believe the current leadership has not been transparent on the issue of tendering process. We haven't been knowing those people who are awarded those tenders, and number two, we have not been knowing the tendering process. You see, advertising the tenders and so on and so forth. Another thing is the issue of tenders going to the right groups. You see, so tell us, how transparent are you going to be?
One, it is very easy because I am willing. It's all about political will. One, advertising them, making people have the information that there are these tenders and they will be awarded. Qualification, qualification, what you need to have for you to qualify as a contractor. Also, so I'll be able to advise people to register their groups, to register their companies, and then have them pre-qualified to be awarded the tenders. Simply is that it is simply to show capacity, that they have the capacity to deliver.
But again, it's also important for you to tell us. It's one thing to get a tender as a group or as a company, but it's another thing for you to have the capacity to deliver on the tender. And what I'm trying to say is the issue to do with finances. Let me take a case of a small group, a youth group, which has maybe a self-help group or maybe a small company, but maybe they don't have the capital, you see, to deliver on a certain project which they have won on the tender. So how are you going to assist them?
Now, as long as they have qualified to be awarded the tender, financing the work is not hard, because themselves, the banks are there ready to finance. There is also other funds available. We shall lobby for them and make sure that they will be able to deliver. And then even to build the capacity, that is where groups come in handy. People have to join resources together, and they take up the tenders that they can afford. You cannot take what you more than what you can chew.
Okay, thank you.
We start with small projects, like maybe you are able to build a small road, or you are able to construct an ECD class. That's where it starts, to a big company.
Yeah, thank you, MCA.
Yes.
I would also like to know whether will you be willing to partner with any donors, any NGOs who are willing to work with the people of GETA?
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll be going far and wide
Yeah.
to look for resources, because that is what a leader should do. We should not focus only on county resources.
So you'll be ready.
Yeah, I'll be ready.
Yeah.
And for this, and I would also be campaigning to have the injustices done to our GETA ward corrected. For instance, 10 years into devolution, we have not had a nominated MCA. I will lobby for one. In whichever category they will come in, whether it is a lady, a woman, if the slot for women, if it is the slot for youth, if the slot is for people living with a disability, I will lobby for that. As far as they have applied, I will be for their nomination. Secondly, we have not had a minister. We have not had a chief officer here or a director. I mean, I believe all this is because maybe somebody, a leader somewhere, feels that threatened by these people. Who our intellectuals and our capable people are assets to our society.
Yeah, our MCA.
Yes, sir.
I would like you to, in 2 minutes, to tell us any challenges that you are facing through your campaign.
Challenges are many, man. There are many.
Yeah, just listing.
The one, finances. I'm gracefully doing with the limited finances we have.
Yeah.
The other challenge is fighting off the propaganda, because our parents are taken advantage of.
Yeah.
Simply because sometimes they take advantage of them because they are either ignorant of the requirements that are needed or so. And the third one is that the corruption has a way of fighting back. These people want to fight back and see that they are back to the power, but they are not big challenges, so not to surmount. We are surmounting them, and we are going far. Our campaign so far has been good. We have also had a great advantage, because youth like you have joined forces to liberate our ward. So I'm so grateful also. I've had help from youth, help from professionals, help from business community, and business from everybody. And that is why I'm seeing victory.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes.
Do you have a legacy you want to leave in office?
Yes.
Yeah.
One, I want to leave a standard of leadership that is above stagnation,
Yeah.
that is progressive. I want to put a bar so that the other leader who will come will try to do better than me, and by doing so, people will continue benefiting. I also intend, as in my exit route, as I retire, when I'll come to retire,
Yeah.
I will have founded a school of leadership
Yeah.
that will be patented and unique in its nature. To the leadership of transparency and leadership devoid of corruption, leadership that is based on servanthood, other than going to earn or to procure wealth.
Yeah.
So that is the leadership, that servanthood leadership.
Yeah.
That is what I want to leave.
Yeah. You want to live above very high.
Yes, above very high.
Yeah.
So that when you try to climb higher,
Yeah.
you help the community.
And
Yeah.
maybe to add something. What this word of ours is looking for, and maybe some part of your legacy, as you are stating. Our word has been lacking, people-based leadership, and may wish it to be part of your legacy.
Yes,
People-based leadership. That is what we have been lacking.
that is true. That is what GETA WARD is all about.
So ensure
It works.
it works.
Yeah, it will work.
And that is my.
You need no worry.
Yes,
because
and
this is
again,
what.
And again, transparency and integrity, they are very, very, very expensive values. And people may think that being a person of integrity is just a walk in the park. Make it practical in your leadership. That you walk and you walk and you make it practical. You see, let integrity be seen in you.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's all about talent, and if you don't have a talent in that field, you better go to another talent, because I'll make sure that politics will not be a way of enriching yourself.
Yeah.
You can be rich otherwise, but when you are in politics, serve people.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa.
Yeah.
I know it will work.
Yes.
And as we are in electioneering period, I would like you to just say one thing to the people of Kenya about the coming general election. Just 1 minute.
The coming general election will determine your life thereafter. Please come out and vote. Don't waste your vote. Come out and vote, and vote wisely.
Yeah.
In our MCA seat, please vote CHEGE GATHIRIMU on the ballot paper.
Yeah,
I'll
thank you
be number one.
To the people of GETA, say one thing too, so that convince them in 1 minute that they give you the vote. You are the most suitable candidate.
Please give me this vote. I have a leadership style that will bring the new leadership all together, and from there, GETA will never be the same again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mheshimiwa. My name is reporter Reuben Gakuya, and thank you for being part of us. Thank you.